Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Ag Progress Days, day 2 of 3, Wednesday here. And in particular, the Tedders, Rakes, and Mergers. What we're going to do is let these guys talk to you a little bit. Hi. Somebody waving. We had quite a little bit of rain here last night. I think it was 1.5 inches, 2 inches in about 45 minutes. So it was pretty questionable whether we're going to be able to do anything here today. But so far we've gotten through most of the planned demonstrations, and we'll try to do the same here today. With that, I'm just going to start here. We're going to go down the line. I guess first here we have the H&S action rake, and we're going to hear about that from Ron.
Thank you. My name is Ron Zigerlicki. I'm a product specialist with H&S Manufacturing in Wisconsin. That's where H&S is based out of. The rake that you see behind me is a fairly new rake. We've worked on this rake for about 3 years and had a small production run last year and full production run this year, and this thing has been really taken over by storm. It has some really unique features on this rake. One of the things being, unlike any other carded rake that is out on the market, it has a flex joint in the wing. And that's probably the biggest thing that you guys see out there, because you get into hills and such like this, there is no flexibility to, as far as I know, any other carded rake on the market. Now with this rake, you have a flex joint as you're going down the field that's able to oscillate in here. We have had this flex joint on one of our other rakes for many, many years. So coupled along with that, you have the pivoting of your wheel on here and also the spring suspension system that you have. It's kind of a unique system. The other thing that makes it unique is underneath, unlike the other rakes, we have a patented system under there. It's kind of like the action rake name. And what it does is actually pivots the whole frame on here. So as you go down the road in the transport, almost kind of like what it is right now, the wheels are kicked back on here, if you can see that it's not straight up and down. When I go to raking down the field today, you're going to see that cylinder that's underneath there move the wheels straight up and down, thus giving me more clearance. So actually this makes it a high clearance carded rake. There's actually 36 inches of clearance underneath this rake. So for a higher volume type of crop, it is really, really a nice rake. The other thing that's unique about it is it has big wheels on it. Those are 60-inch wheels on there. And they're also a heavier wheel, 7.5 millimeter. What does that do for you? Actually, in this world of everybody wanting to get things done as fast as they can, anytime that you can take that crop and move it more gently, move it more slowly out there, you're going to have less leaf loss on it. So if you can imagine a 55-inch wheel versus a 60-inch wheel, it's going to slow things down and move it in. You're not going to have the leaf loss. And things get away from us all out there. They dry out, so your chances are a lot less. You're going to have that protein left in that crop that you have out there. So available in 8, 10, and 12-wheel versions. More information, come and see me. I have some literature after we get done making our passes and stuff today. Come on out and visit with me, and I can explain more if you need it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next in the line up here, again, H&S, and we've got Mike to tell you about it.
Afternoon, everybody. I'll be running our 30-foot continuous merger. We have it in this 30-foot size and a 35-foot size unit. Some of the features that we've been working on is the bigger 31-inch basket in the front. There's a lot of maintenance simplicities that we've come out with on that head as well. A center drive on each individual head keeps our motors and hydraulic lines going through the center of the head. Also lets us use our motors in the center of the head to take some of the torque off of an end drive. Other than that, after I run it, I'd be happy to show you a lot more things up close than just explain it all. You'll see how it lifts. I can go over the skid shoe design on the bottom. It's an elliptical skid shoe. It lets us keep the machine on the ground and turn without lifting up heads and not scuffing the ground. I'll leave a head up after we get done so you guys can take a look at that as well. Other than that, I'll see everybody after the demo. Thanks.
Hey, I'm Doug, and I'm a tech rep for Oxbow. What we'll be demonstrating today is our Oxbow 4334 triple merger. This is a self-propelled unit, hydrostatic drive, four-wheel drive capabilities, and has the distinct advantage of being able to watch your work ahead of you instead of having to turn your head backwards when you do your work. And also, a main advantage of this unit is we don't have to drive over any of the crop as we're picking it all up before we hit the crop. It's powered with a Deere 250 horse engine. We'll have the machine here and be glad to talk with anyone after the demonstration. We have some literature out here and be glad to answer your questions. And Oxbow also has a complete full-type merger line from the 918 single to some double units, and they have the 330 and 334 full-type mergers, which the 334 is actually the same width as what this merger is. The heads are very similar to this. So we'll see you after the show.
Well, hi everybody, my name's Brent Rains. I'm from the Krona Company in Memphis, Tennessee, our North American operation. On behalf of the entire Krona Company and the Krona family, I want to welcome you to Ag Progress. Some of you that were here yesterday or yesterday evening or around in the area last night, a lot of my guys are here from the Midwest, and when we saw that it was raining, we ran out into the parking lot because it's been so long since any of us have had any rain. So it's nice to see green crops, and they have a really beautiful stand of alfalfa here. The two machines that we're going to run for you today, first of all, I'm the small rotary rake down there. That's our 10.5-foot model, our 38T single rotor. We make rakes from this model all the way up to 60 feet. So whatever the size operation you need, we can meet the match. The rotary rakes are famous for a fluffy windrow, maintaining a high quality forage. We don't get a lot of ash because we're not dragging that crop across the ground. We keep the ash content down, some of the contamination in your forages, and that allows you to do that. So we make single rotor rakes, double rotor rakes, left hand, right hand, ones that make one windrow or two, so a variety of them. And then farther down the line, I'll speak about our tedder just a little bit. That is our 782T trailed machine, 6 rotors. It's got a 3-position tine arm adjustment ability on it, rotary tine arms. We do not use any of the frame component. It's modular in design. We do not use any of the frame itself for gearbox mount. So you'll notice that our gearboxes and our maintenance-free driveline system are mounted independently of the frame. Once again, Krone makes those machines from a 4-rotor tedder that is 18 feet all the way up to a 60-footer that's 18 rotors. So whatever you need for hay or forage, Krone's your one-stop source. We want to thank Messick Farm Equipment and our other dealers here in Pennsylvania, another part of great products, great service. And we're proud of our Pennsylvania dealers. We thank you all for your time today, and we'll talk to you after the demo.
And finally, Jim Huber is going to tell us about the Vermeer machines.
Today we are demonstrating our VR high performance or high capacity wheel rake. This is a 14-wheel raking to the center. It has a unique flotation system where it utilizes a hydraulic accumulator. There is a lift cylinder for each wheel, and we can control the down pressure or flotation on each wheel with that accumulator. As the wheel raises, it can raise up to 5 inches, or it can go down as much as 2 and 3 inches and maintain a very consistent rake wheel weight. In other words, reducing the ash content again in the crop and following the ground much easier. It also has a very flexible mainframe that will allow raking over terraces, reducing stress cracks and damage to the frame. This is one of the largest of our wheel rake series. We also have carded rakes from 20 feet to 26 feet, and that would be 8, 10, and 12 wheel. But Vermeer also has two R-Series rakes, which is our roll bar 23 and 28 foot rakes, which we've demonstrated years in the past. Also today, we are demonstrating a 25 foot tedder, which is our model TE250. We have that series rake up to 49 feet and down to 17 and a half. These rake tedders have a unique design on the tooth. It's a hook tine, giving a more complete inversion of the crop. The longer tine on the bottom works in the heavier, wetter crop. The short tine works on the wilted crop on top. Basically what has been sun bleached, and throws them to the bottom with greater force, and it puts the wet material on top more completely. Vermeer Manufacturing has an exhibit on West 5th Street. Stop by and see us. Also, we have a complete line of balers.
Okay, thank you, Jim. All right, again, because of the conditions and the rain that we've had, we're going to limit the demonstration. We're going to ask the operators to stay in the upper half of the field here. And they're not going to do as much as they'd like to do, but they're going to do at least a little bit in these wet conditions for you.
Wait.